Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Imagine for a moment that you possess the power to remain untouched by chaos, impervious to the stress of daily disruptions, and calmly centered no matter what life throws your way. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD, cultivated such power through a philosophy known today as Stoicism. At the heart of his teachings lies a remarkably liberating concept: the power of indifference. Now, by indifference, Marcus Aurelius didn't mean a lack of care or disinterest, as we might assume today. Instead, he advocated for a kind of selective engagement with the world, choosing carefully where to invest emotional and mental energy. This Stoic indifference isn't about withdrawing from life. Rather, it's about enhancing life by focusing our efforts on what we can actually influence and detaching from what we cannot. As emperor, Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively in his personal diary, Meditations, which was never intended for publication. These writings, which have been translated into nearly every major language, offer a window into his thoughts and are a direct dialogue from his higher self to his lower self. Through these personal meditations, Aurelius coached himself on how to embody the virtues of wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation, no matter the external circumstances. In today's world, where anxiety and stress can be triggered by as little as a notification on our phones, Aurelius's approach to indifference teaches us to filter out the noise that disturbs our peace. It's about understanding that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we react. This philosophy, as relevant today as it was nearly 2 millennia ago, offers a powerful toolkit for maintaining serenity and effectiveness in our busy lives. Let's dive deeper into this ancient yet timely wisdom, exploring how Marcus Aurelius's example and teachings can guide us in cultivating a life of purpose, resilience, and calm indifference to the inevitable ups and downs of existence. If you appreciate the insights and perspectives we're sharing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button. Also, please don't skip any part of the video to fully grasp the transformative power of Stoic wisdom we're exploring together. Section 1. The Philosophy of Indifference. When we talk about the philosophy of indifference as taught by Marcus Aurelius, we are not referring to the modern sense of the word indifference, which often carries a negative connotation of apathy or disinterest. Instead, Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism at large presented a form of indifference that is both liberating and empowering, a deliberate choice to remain unaffected by things beyond our control while engaging fully with things within our control. So, what exactly does this mean? At the heart of Stoic philosophy, there's a crucial distinction between what we can change and what we can't. The dichotomy of Aurelius firmly believed that understanding and accepting this separation is key to personal peace. For example, we can't control the weather, the past, or the fact that we all eventually age and pass away. But we can control our responses to these events, how we prepare for a storm, how we reflect on and learn from our past, or how we approach our own aging. This idea is captured perfectly in one of his reflections in Meditations, where he writes, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This isn't just about toughening up or shutting down our emotions. It's about cultivating a state of inner peace that comes from knowing what deserves our energy and what does not. It's about not letting ourselves be tossed about by the waves of fate, but instead learning to navigate them with composure and grace. Aurelius practiced what he preached, ruling an empire fraught with wars, political intrigue, and personal loss. His reign, particularly noted for its challenges, served as the backdrop for his philosophical writings. Through his example, we see the practical application of indifference, not as a way to disconnect from the world, but as a strategy to engage with it more meaningfully. When he faced betrayal or military losses, he didn't despair or become vindictive. Instead, he focused on his response, his duties, and his ability to maintain virtue in the face of adversity. Let's dig deeper into this. Consider how Aurelius might have dealt with a modern issue, like a viral outbreak or economic crisis. Based on his writings, he wouldn't spend time lamenting the unfairness of the situation or the actions of others, which he couldn't control. Rather, he would focus on his response, ensuring safety, providing clear information, and supporting his community in any way possible. This philosophy of indifference is profoundly relevant today, in an age where our peace can be shattered by a single notification on our phones. Learning to distinguish between what truly merits our attention and what doesn't is more critical than ever. Aurelius teaches us to reserve our emotional investments for things we can actually influence while maintaining a calm detachment from those we cannot. Moreover, this approach doesn't make us cold or robotic. Rather, it frees us to love and care in a more focused and effective way. By practicing Stoic indifference, we choose to pour our energy into actions and people that truly matter, enriching our lives and the lives of those around us. Now, as you watch this video, I invite you to think about the areas of your life where you might benefit from applying this Stoic indifference. Maybe it's a strained relationship where you've tried to change the other person, or perhaps it's anxiety about global events like climate change. While these concerns are understandable, focusing on your reactions and contributions can lead to a more empowering and proactive way of living. In conclusion, Marcus Aurelius's philosophy of indifference is not about giving up on life or retreating from the world. It's about embracing life more fully, with the wisdom to know where our true power lies. It's a lesson in focusing our energy wisely and living according to what we can control, our actions, our responses, and our commitment to personal growth and virtue. By understanding and implementing this, we step into a space of tremendous personal freedom and resilience, capable of facing whatever life throws our way with a calm heart and a clear mind. Section 2. Practical implications of indifference. In exploring the practical implications of Stoic indifference, it's crucial to appreciate how this philosophy transcends ancient texts and becomes a vital tool in our everyday lives. This concept of indifference is not about ignoring our responsibilities or feelings, but rather about refining our focus, enabling us to act more effectively and compassionately. Stoicism teaches us that by practicing indifference, we gain clarity on what really matters, our actions and reactions. This mental clarity is not just philosophical jargon, but a practical approach to dealing with daily challenges. For instance, when facing a professional setback or unexpected criticism, instead of succumbing to frustration or defensiveness, Stoic indifference encourages us to analyze the situation calmly, learn from it, and move forward without harboring resentment or bitterness. This approach allows us to focus on constructive responses, improving our professional resilience and capability to handle future challenges. Moreover, practicing Stoic indifference means we spend less time worrying about trivial matters. Think about the last time you were stuck in traffic. That situation, frustrating as it was out of your control. Instead of fuming over the lost time, indifference teaches us to use such moments for reflection, planning, or simply unwinding. By doing so, we turn a potentially stressful situation into an opportunity for personal time, perhaps listening to an audiobook or catching up on phone calls, hands-free of course. This philosophy also has profound implications in our interpersonal relationships. Often we might find ourselves upset over a friend's thoughtless comment or a partner's small oversight. Stoic indifference guides us to consider whether these slights truly impact our well-being or if they are opportunities to practice forgiveness and understanding. This doesn't mean accepting poor treatment, but it does mean choosing our battles wisely, focusing on issues that truly affect the relationship's foundation rather than ephemeral annoyances. In broader terms, indifference helps us navigate the overwhelming flood of information and demands that define modern life. In a world where news cycles are constantly bombarding us with crises and calls to action, it's essential to maintain a filter for what genuinely requires our attention and energy. This selective engagement prevents burnout and keeps us motivated about our personal missions and the causes we truly care about. Additionally, the practice of indifference can lead to increased emotional intelligence. By routinely assessing what is and isn't worth our emotional investment, we develop a sharper sense of empathy and a clearer understanding of our emotional landscape. This self-awareness allows us to better manage our emotional responses and communicate more effectively with others, recognizing that just as we choose our battles, so too can we choose our emotional reactions. Finally, the cultivation of Stoic indifference aligns with sustainable happiness. By detaching our sense of satisfaction from external validations and uncontrollable outcomes, we find a more consistent and reliable source of happiness within our own actions and self-concept. This internal locus of control is associated with higher levels of psychological well-being and life satisfaction because it is rooted in ongoing personal growth and self-mastery rather than the unpredictable waves of external circumstances. The practical implications of practicing Stoic indifference are vast and varied, impacting everything from how we handle traffic jams to our strategies for personal and professional growth. It encourages us to live more intentionally, with a focus on what we can influence and a healthy detachment from what we cannot. This not only enhances our ability to cope with life's challenges, but also deepens our capacity for joy and fulfillment in an ever-changing world. Section 3. The benefits of indifference. Embracing the Stoic philosophy of indifference does not mean shutting ourselves off from the world or emotions. Rather, it equips us with a selective lens through which we view and react to life's various scenarios. This approach offers numerous benefits, impacting our emotional health, resilience, and overall quality of life. One significant advantage of practicing indifference is the development of resilience. Life is unpredictable, filled with ups and downs. By fostering an indifferent attitude towards things outside our control, we are better prepared to face these fluctuations without being swayed by every twist and turn. This kind of mental fortitude is particularly valuable in our fast-paced, often volatile modern environment, where a calm and steady hand can make the difference between success and failure. Moreover, indifference, when practiced in the Stoic sense, enhances our emotional intelligence. By learning to differentiate between what matters and what doesn't, we become more adept at managing our emotions. This doesn't mean we suppress our feelings. Instead, we handle them with a clearer perspective, reacting not out of impulse, but from reasoned choice. This ability to navigate our emotional landscape with wisdom not only improves our personal relationships, but also benefits our professional interactions. Another profound benefit is the contribution of Stoic indifference to long-term happiness. In contrast to the fleeting joy that comes from external achievements or material possessions, the satisfaction derived from being in control of one's responses is enduring and deeply fulfilling. This internal source of happiness is stable and not dependent on external circumstances, providing a consistent sense of fulfillment that external factors cannot easily disrupt. Stoic indifference also offers a practical tool for dealing with anxiety and stress. In a world where we are often bombarded with information and pulled in multiple directions, being able to maintain a focus on what truly requires our attention can lessen feelings of being overwhelmed. This selective focus not only helps in reducing unnecessary stress, but also aids in maintaining a clearer, more productive mind. Additionally, the practice of indifference empowers us to live with greater authenticity. By not getting entangled in every minor issue or societal expectation, we find more space to focus on what aligns with our values and personal goals. This alignment between our actions and our values fosters a sense of integrity and self-respect, which is crucial for personal growth. The beauty of cultivating such indifference is seen in its ripple effect on our overall well-being. As we become less reactive to minor irritations and more focused on our goals, our sense of agency and capability grows. This empowerment leads to a more proactive and purposeful approach to life, where we are the architects of our own destiny rather than passive respondents to external conditions. The benefits of practicing Stoic indifference reach far into every aspect of our lives, from enhancing our emotional resilience to fostering a deep, enduring sense of happiness. The lessons from Marcus Aurelius prove timeless and profoundly relevant. By adopting this philosophical stance, we equip ourselves to navigate life's complexities with grace and poise, ensuring that we live not at the mercy of external events, but in celebration of our own capacity to shape our lives. Section 4. Cultivating Indifference Today. In our quest for personal growth, embracing the Stoic principle of indifference can be a transformative strategy. But how exactly do we incorporate this ancient wisdom into our modern lives? It begins with understanding that cultivating indifference isn't about denying our feelings, but about managing our reactions to things outside our control. Let's consider a common scenario: receiving critical feedback at work. Instead of reacting defensively or stewing over the criticism, applying Stoic indifference would involve assessing the feedback objectively. Ask yourself, what can be learned from it, and how can it be used to improve your work? This shift from a reactive to a proactive stance not only helps in personal development, but also enhances professional relationships by showing openness and adaptability. Another area where cultivating indifference is beneficial is in our personal finances. Many of us experience anxiety over market fluctuations, especially those investing in stocks or retirement funds. Here, Stoic indifference teaches us to focus on long-term financial goals rather than reacting to short-term market changes. By maintaining a disciplined approach to saving and investing, guided by well-considered strategies rather than emotional responses to market shifts, we can achieve greater financial stability and peace of mind. Moreover, in our social media-driven world, it's easy to get caught up in the cycle of constant comparison and immediate gratification. Here, practicing indifference can be particularly freeing. By choosing to disengage from the pursuit of likes and viral success, we can focus more on creating content that is meaningful and fulfilling to us personally, rather than content crafted solely to garner approval. This approach not only reduces stress, but also fosters creativity and authenticity. Cultivating indifference also extends to our interpersonal relationships. It involves recognizing that we cannot control others' actions, only our reactions to them. For instance, if someone cancels plans last minute, instead of letting disappointment or irritation take over, view the situation with indifference. Use the unexpected free time for self-care or to catch up on other activities. This perspective helps maintain peace of mind and keeps relationships free of unnecessary drama. Furthermore, daily mindfulness practices like meditation and journaling can reinforce the practice of Stoic indifference. Meditation helps in developing a detached view of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to observe them without getting entangled. Journaling, on the other hand, can help us reflect on our daily experiences and identify areas where our responses may not align with our values, guiding us toward more mindful reactions. Cultivating Stoic indifference is about creating a buffer between ourselves and the external events that we have no control over. It allows us to live more deliberately, with an emphasis on personal responsibility and self-regulation. By fostering this mindset, we not only enhance our ability to cope with life's challenges, but also unlock a more joyful and meaningful existence. As we wrap up our exploration of Marcus Aurelius's Stoic principle of indifference, it's clear that this ancient wisdom offers profound insights for contemporary life. The practice of Stoic indifference isn't about disengaging from the world around us. Instead, it's about engaging with it more wisely, by focusing our energy only on those aspects of life that we can influence and maintaining a composed detachment from those we cannot. We cultivate a robust inner peace and resilience. This philosophy teaches us that true empowerment comes from within. It's not the events themselves, but our responses to them that define our experience. As we learn to apply this Stoic indifference, we find that many of life's stresses, once so overwhelming, lose their grip on us. We gain the freedom to live with greater joy, less anxiety, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. Each day gives us a new opportunity to practice this form of indifference, whether it's choosing not to be upset by a rude comment, not sweating the small stuff at work, or accepting that some things are beyond our repair. Each small practice builds up to a significant transformation in how we experience life. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoic thought. If you found this discussion enlightening and wish to deepen your understanding of Stoic practices, consider watching one of our suggested videos appearing on your screen now. These will provide further insights into how Stoicism can enhance different areas of your life. Thank you for being a part of Marcus Aurelius Way. Remember, very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Let's carry this powerful thought with us as we continue to navigate the complexities of life with wisdom and serenity.